A very warm welcome to the next part of the factors affecting the Indian monsoons. Let's analyze the role of tropical cyclones, which are the western disturbances of winters. We are all aware that tropical cyclones lead to intense rainfall over northwest India in winters. But how are they associated with the monsoons? Let's analyze this. First, in order to analyze this, let me show you what a temperate cyclone actually looks like. Can you see these comma-shaped objects? These comma-shaped objects are nothing but temperate cyclones which move west to east along the polar jet stream. Every cyclonic circulation is called a disturbance if the wind velocity in them is below 60 kilometers per hour. These temperate cyclones moving from west to east are therefore called western disturbances. Since they interact with India in winters, therefore they are referred to as western disturbances of winters. Let's analyze how they affect the monsoons of India. Observe the path of temperate cyclones. They are following that curved path. This is the North Pacific Ocean. As we can clearly see, the temperate cyclones are following the curved path along the jet stream. Now, the factor that we need to understand is, as I explained in the earlier part, weakening AMOC is leading to the formation of very warm air masses in our oceans. The positive AMO and the negative PDO have led to the formation of very warm air masses in these areas. All of these lead to the formation of intense low pressures. We are all aware that jet streams move between alternating air masses. Since in winters, the polar jet stream descends on the land masses, the boundary of the, you can say, cold and warm air masses extends to a lower latitudes on the land masses than over the water bodies. Why? Because the water bodies are warmer even to a higher latitude. These warm water bodies do not allow the polar jet stream to meander to lower latitudes on the water bodies, which only means that the polar jet stream will meander more over the land masses. The same volume of air is going to descend. If some part of it is not allowed to descend on the water bodies, all of that will be focused on the land masses, that is North America and the Eurasian landmass. In simple terms, what does this mean? Warmer than normal air masses in the North Atlantic and the North Pacific force the polar jet stream to meander more to lower latitudes over North America and India, bringing temperate cyclones closer to India. Since these warm air masses are present over these water bodies, the temperate cyclones forming over them are immense. Two factors need to be considered here. Because of warm waters in the North Atlantic, because of warm waters in the North Pacific, the polar jet stream is meandering more over the land masses. The temperate cyclones are moving to lower latitudes towards India. Moreover, due to warm waters, there is more moisture in the air, which is triggering bigger temperate cyclones because of greater contrast of air masses. Bigger temperate cyclones means that their warm fronts will interact with India more. Even if the polar jet stream starts shifting back northwards during approaching summers, the warm fronts of these temperate cyclones still bring rainfall over India. Before the Indian monsoons initiate, we want the North Indian part to receive abundant heat. Unless and until this area will heat up, the low pressure will not develop, which will initiate the monsoonal cell. These extended and bigger temperate cyclones keep on adding rainfall over North India and Northwest India, which lead to cooling down of the landmass, preventing the building up of that strong low pressure. All of this has led to a negative impact on the Indian monsoons. Due to all of these changes, due to Arctic amplification, the polar jet stream has now started meandering to lower latitudes even late. Like in 2024, the polar jet stream meandered to lower latitudes only in mid of January, which is why temperate cyclones entered India very late. Since they entered very late and they were bigger, they remained over India for longer. Since they remained over India for longer, they yielded rainfall over the North Indian part for a little longer. Since they caused rainfall over India for a little longer, the low pressure developed very late. These bigger, delayed and lower latitude temperate cyclones are responsible for the delayed formation of the subtropical easterly jet stream over the Indian subcontinent, which is why the entire monsoonal season has got delayed by 1 month. Kharif season has got delayed by 1 month, which is why harvesting of Kharif crops is overlapping with the sowing season of our Rabi crops. Winters are reducing, which is why wheat production is falling. Everything is linked. So cutting short the discussion, the role of temperate cyclones right now is that they are bigger, they are meandering to lower latitudes over India, but this meandering is a little delayed, which is why temperate cyclones are present over the Indian subcontinent at the time when the landmass should be heating up. Additional cloud and rainfall do not heat up the land. On the contrary, they cool it. Unless and until that low pressure will develop, the easterly jet stream cannot develop. So they delay the most crucial factor for the Indian monsoons, and that is the subtropical easterly jet stream. This is all for this part. Stay tuned for further information. Thank you.